So I'd like to walk us through the 6 factors that cause an increase in demand. The first one is the price of a complement. So for complement goods, a decrease in the price of a complement will cause an increase in demand for the other good. So using peanut butter and jelly is kind of the classic example of complements. A decrease in the price of jelly would cause an increase in the demand or a rightward shift in the demand for peanut butter. Now that's because if jelly decreases in price, the price of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich would also decrease. And so if the peanut butter and jelly sandwich is cheaper, more people are going to want to eat it. And so that's what's causing the rightward shift in the demand for peanut butter when the price of jelly decreases. The next is the price of a substitute. And so this works in the opposite direction. An increase in the price of a substitute will cause an increase in the demand for its substitute. So let's use iced tea and soda, for example. If the price of soda was to double, then the demand for iced tea would increase. This is because some people, not everybody, but some people who drink soda would substitute out of that good, which just doubled in price, and start drinking the cheaper substitute iced tea. And so an increase in the price of a substitute will cause an increase in the demand for that good. The next is income, and so usually an increase in our income will increase our demand for a good, and now that's a normal good. And so normal goods are things like pizza, airline tickets, movie tickets, books. These are normal goods, okay? And so when our income increases, we eat more. We go out to restaurants more often. We travel more. So these are things that we typically do when our income increases. So an increase in everyone's income would cause an increase or a rightward shift in the demand for all normal goods. Now the opposite of that is an inferior good. Examples of this would be scratchy toilet paper or an apartment in a really bad neighborhood. So an inferior good is one in which your demand for it decreases when your income goes up. And so if you lived in a bad neighborhood, for example, and your income went up, you wouldn't want to stay in that place. You would want to move out to a better neighborhood. And so that would be kind of the definition of an inferior good, one whose demand would shift to the left when your income went up instead of a good whose demand shifted to the right when your income went up, and that's the definition of a normal good. So preferences, I actually like this example. So after the movie Jurassic Park came out, the demand for dinosaur toys increased tremendously. And so there was all these dinosaur toys sitting around that nobody cared about, and then the Jurassic Park movie came out, and now they can't keep them on the shelves. And so this is an example of how preferences can increase demand, and an increase in preference from the consumer will cause an increase in demand for that good. Another example would be if they found out that pizza cured cancer. That would cause everyone to want to go out and eat pizza tomorrow, and so that would increase our preference. So an increase in buyers' preferences will increase the demand for a good. The number of buyers in a market is important. So if for some reason Stockton closed down because of a gas leak and everybody had to move from Stockton to Modesto, well then the demand for pizza in Modesto would increase because there would be more people who were demanding pizza because everyone from Stockton now lived in Modesto. Okay, similarly, if a bunch of people from Modesto had to go move out, then that number of buyers would decrease. That would decrease the demand for most goods in Modesto. And so that's sort of how that works. Similarly, if there was a huge influx of, let's say, people from India, then we might see an increase in demand for Indian food, and maybe a few more Indian restaurants would open up here in Modesto. Expectations about future, and this is really talking about future prices, that will also impact demand. And so if I expect the prices of something to increase, well then I want to go buy it now before the price increase hits. And so if you expect the future price to be higher, then the demand should increase today. And similarly, if you expect the price is going to be cheaper in a week, then the demand usually decreases. So for example, many people stop shopping in October because they know that, or in early November, because they know that people are going to go on sale and Black Friday. And so people know that there's going to be cheaper prices coming up leading into Christmas, and so they won't buy things the week leading up to Black Friday. They'll wait until Black Friday and then go buy stuff when it's cheaper. And so expecting lower prices in the future is going to decrease demand today, and expecting higher prices in the future will increase demand today. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough on shifts in demand.